Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your monthly horoscope. And this one is for you, Aries. Here's your horoscope for May 2020. As we go into the month, the sun is shining in the sign of Taurus through the 19th. This is highlighting money matters and your personal resources. Now, this is something that's up for a lot of people, but Aries are really being called on to use their initiating energy this month, particularly at the beginning of the month before we hit Venus retrograde, and I'll go into that later in the horoscope. So know that if you're getting something going money-wise, money-making idea, these types of things, try to take the first steps before May 13th. Now on the 20th, the sun will enter Gemini, and that is illuminating communications. Again, this is another big theme for most people, but Aries may have to take the ball and run with it. You may be the one who has to get the conversation started. On May the 6th, we've got the North Node moving into the sign of Gemini. And this is big astrological news. The North Node is a very important point in the sky. If you've read Jan Spiller's book, Astrology for the Soul, you know that the North Node is a really key part of the personal birth chart and a way to find out what energies help you to be successful, depending on what sign the North Node is in. You can think of it the same way globally. Whatever sign the North Node is in can indicate during that time period the energies of that sign are being highlighted and encouraged. So we've got Gemini themes between May 6th and January 18th of 2022 is the length of this cycle. This shifts from the element of water to air. We had a Cancer North Node before that. And it's a special importance on communications and the media. We've already started to see this. The ability to make connections and spread information quickly will be a key element during this time. And for Aries, you might have the desire to express yourself and share ideas more so than usual. It's a great time for learning as well. So keep that in mind as we go into this next little time period of the North Node in Gemini. Now, we're going to have a full moon in Scorpio on the 7th, and this full moon could help you to identify the root of a problem that maybe has been hidden beneath the surface. It could have to do with a close relationship or shared resources, maybe both. The nature of full moons is to highlight something that's been hidden, and this is even more so the case when it's a Scorpio full moon. Scorpio wants you to see what you haven't been able to see. Now, don't take immediate action on anything that's revealed during this time. It's more of a time to contemplate and to consider your next steps carefully. There's a lot of strategy that goes along with the sign of Scorpio, so you can think about more of a long-term kind of strategy for yourself. We've got Venus, the planet of love and money, stationing retrograde on the 13th. This will initiate a cycle that goes until June 24th. I have done a different video on this that you can check out here on the channel to go more in depth, but in a nutshell, Venus rules love and money, and it's never great timing to initiate big decisions or anything new with financial matters, purchases, or relationships. It's better to settle on what feels right for now. You may have to put some things on hold, reevaluate your situation. Later this summer, there's a chance for some more clarity. As we go through this Venus retrograde, we're going to come up on a Mercury retrograde later. And we're also going to come up on some summertime eclipses, so you can keep late July into August as a window of time where you might want to reevaluate after we clear all this kind of dense astrology coming up. You can use the coming Venus retrograde cycle productively. It's really good to finish creative projects. The sign of Gemini rules writing, so you may want to consider a writing project, or even just writing your ideas down can help them to take shape a little better. It's also a really good month for research and learning. We don't just have Venus retrograde, we also have Saturn and Jupiter stationing retrograde mid-month. And in the coming months, we'll really be supported to do things for ourselves. And this is something that Aries can be especially good at, DIY projects. The things you come up with could end up helping others in your community. Now, the new moon this month is on the 22nd, and it's in the sign of Gemini. It's a great time to set intentions that have to do with self-expression, with learning, anything that helps you expand your mind or your worldview, information gathering. You can see it's really all about how much you can learn and also share with others. This is huge. It's a great time to plant the seeds of these intentions. Even though we're in a Venus retrograde cycle, know that the new moon is helping us to get something new going. It just may take a little longer to unfold. So I hope you can really make good use of this month's astrology. Be safe and be well, and I'll see you back here next month with your horoscope.